G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Hellion with Mags, and today we are going to start getting this base put back together. So as you can see, we've got the spacecraft in the background and we are floating around in front of the airlock module. Now, we've got a couple of things we need to check out here on this module. First, to make sure she's fine on both sides. So we're around the rear of the module here at this point, and we can see, if we close in, it's pretty much like the doors that we've already seen on the space station. It's got a blank on the left hand side, and then it's got the emergency door release on the right, and that is it. Now if we carefully burn around the other side, so I'm just taking my time very slowly here. You don't want to make fast moves in space, bad things happen. You can see this side's actually got the airlock door, so this side needs to be facing away from the space station, with the other side actually docked. But we've burnt through a quarter of our air already, so there is a little present inside that we can get here. So interact. This is the control panel for your airlock, so we want to depressurize this room. Now this room isn't actually connected to power, so while we should be able to depressurize it, we may not be able to repressurize it once we're done, so yeah, you'll see. So we are now depressurized, we can open the outer door, and this time no burst of air, which is good news. Carefully come through the airlock, we're going to rotate back around. Now the controls are mirrored, so they're on this side. Alright, now we're going to close the outer door, and hopefully we can repressurize. No repressurization. That sucks. Oh well, it doesn't matter. The air is stored in the tank. What we'll do is just straight open the inner door. 0.7 bar of pressure. Now, that is enough to be able to breathe and get around without a spacesuit, but it's not something you want to be living in for an extended period of time, which is good because of the reason we're actually inside here. Just take the mask off so we don't waste any more. The reason why I came inside this module is because of that suit on the left. So press tab, we want to get rid of the ArcCorp helmet, get rid of our suit, and we want to take off our spacesuit. No gravity in here either. We want to quickly grab that suit, that pack, and that helmet. Now this is an EVA suit. The other suits are pretty much maintenance suits. They're only designed for short hops outside. This is a full-blown EVA suit. It's got a lot of extra oxygen on board, which is important because in order, actually I'll activate the thrusters here, we got plenty. In order to be able to dock this module with the station, we have to use the RCS controller in order to achieve the docking. Now the RCS controller is outside, and the longer we're out there, the more oxygen we burn, and it can actually, well, you can become very close to, well, dying if you don't change over the suits. Okay, so we got that, we just need the helmet. I like to stow all the stuff as much as possible in here. Where did that helmet go? There it is. We want to stow everything as much as we can, because if we have a breach and stuff starts getting blown around, this will all stay in. This is all important stuff. We can't afford to lose any of this gear because, well, we don't have replacements or the ability to build replacements for the moment. So, door shut. That is actually all we need to do inside here. From here, what we can do is we take this, go back to this control panel where we want to close our mask quickly, close the inner door, and then depressurize the room again. And this should pump the air back into the main room. Leave the air in this tank here, which we can use to reflood this room once we're connected, and this will let us get back out the door. And there we go. Now we can open the outer door. Awesome. You can see the space station is just down there. Now I want to shut this door first. Now you've got to do this reasonably quickly, at least at the moment, because everything is drifting in space. If you wait too long, eventually the airlock and the spacecraft will move too far away to safely recover, so you've got to get it as fast as possible. And this is the docking panel. So I'm going to rotate, they're full. It takes a little bit of getting used to moving around in space. It is not as easy as it looks, if it looks easy at all. Alright, so this is the docking panel. Now we need to find our ship. At the moment, right, that is the station, and that was very close. Oh, very close to the front. So I don't think we're actually viewing the right port here. So what we want to do, so once we've got this done, make sure we're stabilized. We don't want to be rotating. Actually, we can rotate this entirely. Can we find a docking port? No, we'll sort that out in a moment. Alright, we're going to start a rotation to the left. I hope I don't mess this up. And if we press R once, we now flick over to the docking port on the other side of the ship. And we're now viewing its docking port camera. And there we go. Now we can stabilize. Whoa. I'm going to flick to fine control on the mouse. One of the good parts about having multi-DPI mouses is I can actually just press 2 buttons and that's it. I've got a lot more sensitivity to play with. Or a lot less sensitivity. Alright, now you have a limited amount of RCS fuel. If we look in the bottom left hand corner, we have about 18 units of RCS free, and that is it. That is our total RCS supply. So minimal burns as much as possible. Now we can see the flashing red on the right hand side here. That is one of the space station's docking ports. So that's what we're after. We want that one. Now, reverse our burn. A little bit of lag here. This is a dedicated server being hosted on a standard ADSL connection for the moment, so hoping to have something better set up sometime soon. I'm actually thinking I might try and set up an official Hellion server for my subscribers, for those that are interested. For those that are wondering too, the official servers have, I think, 16 and 32 players on them for the most part. The dedicated server we launched as a test actually seems to support 100. I believe that's the maximum at the moment, but you can get some big servers. There are instructions online. In fact, I'll put a link to a fantastic video on how to set up a dedicated server on your own if you wish to. Just a word of caution, if you're thinking about possibly running a dedicated server on your own computer and then accessing it via your own computer, I tried that and I couldn't get it to work in the slightest. Alright, now we just gently got to get the rotations right here and get it matched. Whoa, no. I'm coming in at a bad angle here. I want to burn down. My years of playing KSP coming into play here. Come on. Dock me. Dock me. Yes, that's docking. We're done. Got that in one shot. I'm kind of proud. So we press escape there and close off the RCS port, and that is the airlock door on this side. And there is our space station. Beautiful. Alright, so we're not going to do anything else yet at this point because I do want to recover that spacecraft before it gets too far away. And I have the fuel in the jetpack and the oxygen with this RCS suit that this EVA suit that I do not need to actually go back inside straight away. So I will sort it out soon. Just want to make sure the external, yeah, that's the external door that I exited out of. I've resealed it up. Alright, so let's go take a look at our spacecraft. Okay, so we've got sun all over what looks like is the bottom of the spacecraft. Yeah, we need an airlock. It doesn't look like there's a door at the back, although it could be. Once again, I'm keeping a look around for the outside of the ship just to see if there's any debris floating around the outside that could be useful items that we can recover. It's actually not a bad looking ship, is it? Now, just thinking, if this is what the default ship you get when you start the game looks like, I wonder what the more advanced ships that will be available later on in the early access process will look like. Thankfully, it's about to cut vision away from the sun, and we'll be able to see, and that looks like a docking port on top, which is beautiful. Now, it looks like the space station is below us, so I've got to remember once I'm inside I need to nose down to find the station. I still haven't played with the scanning mechanics, so I'm doing all of this line of sight and just remembering where everything is in 3D space. Alright, now I believe we have to rotate. Couldn't see anything floating around the outside of the ship, which is a shame. Alright, and we have airlock controls again. Beautiful. Let's interact with those. So, we will depressurize. So, turn the sensitivity on the mouse back up. As you can see, what's happening here, as I said before, is the oxygen in the room is being pumped out, or the atmosphere in the room rather is being pumped out, and it's going into the tank in here. We see the air quality is good, the tank is refilling, and once it's done we can open the outer door and we don't have to worry about that big burst of air or losing atmosphere, because you can't replace it. It doesn't get generated out of nothing. The station has the ability to create fresh oxygen, but you need to supply the resources in order to be able to do it, via mining or via taking it from other stations that you find. Go. Inside. Now this one, the ship should be powered, so I should be able to close the outer door. I should be able to just repressurize. Yes, that one works. Beautiful. I should be able to repressurize the other room now too, because it's now plugged into the main station and the solar panels are deployed, so the room technically should be powered. I think. I don't know if I have to do anything else. Slowly we're beginning to hear everything again. Go. Open the inner door. Step away. Now we're still in 0G, but at this point I can pop the mask open. I'm gonna fall flat on my face. Yep. And there's the floor, flat on my face. Okay. We want to, that is to the airlock outside. Let's just close that door just in case. Alright, so now we're inside the ship. I've never actually been inside the ship. 1 bar of pressure, 100% air quality, 28 degrees, so same as the inside of the station, and the filtration and pressure regulation systems are online. Door control. This is the airlock control for the inside of the ship. Ah, this is the airlock control for the inside of the ship, so not sure. Oh, power supply. That's a good start. Alright, solar panels. Let's open those up. Give it some juice. Iridium tank. 51 of 100. All parts in, and the fusion reactor is online. And let's turn the capacitor on as well and actually start charging. Consumption is 160, power output is 6,830. Well, that should charge fast. What are these for? resource injector, EM field controller, containment field generators, catalyzer. So I'm guessing this is all power and engine stuff here. It looks like it folds down, but it doesn't seem to give me an option. Okay, so what have we got in here? Alt-Corp rifles, guns. I like guns. And 2 standard maintenance suits. Always good to have. And crouch down here. What do we got? Nothing in the drawer. And we have some magazines in the ammunition supply. Very nice. Parts on the air filtration system seem to be good. Life support. We need a new pressure regulator, and we could probably go with replacing the air filter unit, but I think I have replacements for those inside the station. Looks like both of the scrubbers are good. Servo motor looks like it's better than the one I've got at the station, actually, and the resource injector looks perfectly fine, so that's okay. Systems are looking good. No warning about pressure, so it should be fine to open. And this is all the shiny up here. Pressure, air quality, temp. Life support systems are on standby. We have oxygen on board, we have nitrogen on board. So that's cool. This is no panels on the sides here. This is obviously the bridge controller, or the bridge, the command station, the pilot's position. Engines are offline. FTL is offline. Life support and everything else is on, and we have targets visible. 184 meters will be the station, and there is apparently something at 3.2 and 9.2 kilometers, which I have not seen yet. So the animation doesn't quite line up there, but alpha, so forgiven. Okay, so I just got to drop down, maybe? Yep, we got to drop down. I take it this is an observation deck, which is actually really cool. What do we got? Warp cells. I would guess these are the fuel sources for the ship, so it can travel through warp. This is one of the science fiction parts for it. The ships all use traditional engines for normal space operation, but because the distances are so large in Hellion, the Hellion system itself, with all the planets and orbits you can potentially go through, is 6 AU across, and the time to transfer between those would be obscene. So you have a warp drive that allows you to jump between it. It's not as simple as just clicking and moving, though. I have taken a glimpse at exactly how it operates, and I still don't understand it. So when it comes to that, we will have to learn that one together. Singularity cell detonator. We're going to close... Whoa. No. I definitely want to close that back there. Anything that uses the words singularity and detonator at the same time, I want sealed, put away, and I don't want to know about it. Right. Anyways, let's do what we came here for. First job is to get this thing docked with that station. That's nice. I think that's directly below us. I think it's actually already given us a marker for it. Right, so it's F to interact. Okay, right mouse button to zoom in. Engines powering up. Navigation. Can't actually read what some of these say. That's obviously the FTL. Right. Let's take control and just see what we can do. Alright, so the station was below us, so if we just nose down a little, slow rotation, we should be able to see what's going on under our bellies for starters. And there we go. Oh, let's do that whole sensitivity trick again. Alright. We're going to descend just a little. As much as I go... How do I dock this? This is something I hadn't considered. Obviously the docking port on top is the way I've got to dock, but I actually haven't seen any kind of docking computer here. We'll close in on the station a little bit for starters. God, I'm going to burn this thing out of RCS fuel if I'm not careful. Ah, stop it. What I wouldn't give for fine control. Why couldn't it be something simple like, you know, enter to match target velocity? That would be awesome. I don't think the station has stabilized. It's moving around way too much in comparison to what I am. I think what's going on at the moment, I am trying to match target rotation with a rotating body in space. Incidentally, I know a few things that have popped up already with Hellion. I've seen people asking, why couldn't they just have rotating space stations? You know, to actual natural gravity. Why'd they have to use the science fiction gravity? Could you imagine trying to do this with a station that had to rotate to generate gravity? Alright, so I want to... Too much? Right, I'm going to let this drift down. Now in theory, if I press this, I'll let this continue rotating through. I have no idea where this is all going now. Okay, 0 means a second. No, it's not. I'll give this one more shot. Slow rotation right, or right relative to this camera angle anyway. "17 units of RCS left." I'm just going to try manually docking with the... Oh, there we go. That's an interesting interface. Wonder if this will make life even easier. I just realised hold T and then scroll mouse wheel and I can switch between the targets on the right hand side, so I'm able to target the module, and that seems to be indicating the airlock, which is where I originally wanted to dock in the first place. That gives me an angle on the That's actually really useful, that. Okay, so I was doing this the hard way. Units RCS left. Come on. Nope, nope, nope. Stop that. Yeah, this feels like it's firing different RCS thrusters than I'm telling it to. Slightly firing in slightly different directions. For a joystick for thruster control right about now. And it docked. Yes! Finally. Oh no, we are not touching anything. Get out of this. Get out of the controls. I do not want to be in this control system anymore. I'm docked. I'm happy. I am a little curious as to what happened to my artificial gravity. Apparently I didn't shut the door. Right, so there's just no artificial gravity in there at the moment, which is strange. Why? Where's the big red artificial gravity switch in here? There has to be one. Warp drive? I'll just quickly try and work this one out. I wouldn't mind making sure I have all my systems in here working at least. Stuck. There you go. Yes, don't want to play with the singularity machine. Were there any switches down here that I could hit or... No, but there's an awesome view of the sun straight at the front. If it wasn't burning my retinas here, I would actually take a look. Oh, no matter. Let's slip out here. And we'll seal the door, and we're going to leave the rest of that as is. Since we are docked, the question is, where are we docked? Because I'm pretty sure we were using this port. Turn thrusters on so I can rotate. Pressure hazard, okay. Of course, because this room is still depressurized. So, close the inner door. Alright, we're going to depressurize this room first, clearly. This seems silly, I'm going to depressurize the spacecraft. Although I suppose the spacecraft doesn't have control to the airlock doors on the other side, so if I depressurize this one I can get into that one. Make sure the spacesuit is actually turned on before we start doing that would probably be a great idea. Open the outer doors. Whoa. Of course, we've got gravity in here now. The hell? How did I end up through the floor? Alright, so now I've got to try and work out how to actually do this. That's back into RCS mode, so that's okay. I need, and we're gonna fall over ourselves as we go back through the door again. I can only see the panel in front. No matter, we'll go to this side and we'll just close the doors. And now we should be going here and we'll go repressurize. And once this room's repressurized, I'll see if I can find a way into the spacecraft from the other side and repressurize the airlock, and then we should be good. Just trying to get the same pressure on both sides of the door at all times. I didn't actually consider that. In hindsight, I should have repressurized this first. Alright, let's open the inner door. Whoa. I got way too much speed on the mouse, sorry about that. Shut that door down for safeties. Turn off the mask. And we have an open door here. Beautiful. And an open door into the station. Awesome. That works. So there is our airlock and our spacecraft docked to it. 100% air quality, 28 degrees, 1 bar. Life support systems. We appear to have no oxygen, however, which is a problem. Power supply is currently 1,000 inputs. We got the solar panels operating. So there we have it. Our base is established, although I had just realized what part of the problem would be with doing it this way. The only way for me to go outside the station at this point now is to undock the spacecraft, because if I go through that door, I depressurize part of this room, and I have this sneaking suspicion, judging from the environmental stats here, I don't actually have the resources at the moment to be able to fix the pressure difference. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. By the time this video goes live, Hellion should be available to purchase. I believe at this moment it's about 5 hours away from release. It's available on Steam, so go pick it up if you find this interesting, and be sure to click like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more. There will most certainly be more Hellion on the channel in the near future. Until next time, fly smart, fly safe, and I will catch you in the skies.